What's up, everybody? I'm Ken Sean.
And I'm Ludwin.
And this is our No Man Walks Alone drop video. Right here we have a bunch of just little splatterings from stuff that, from brands that we've had throughout the season. And this is just some stuff that came a little later. All goods, all goodies. We have some from Beams and L.E.J.
And also some goodies from Wythe too, some leather goods. So we've got 3 brands. Small groups of each. Check it out.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
The first piece we have up, this is actually a fabric you guys have seen earlier in the season. We have a popover shirt in this exact same fabric, but this is just a patchwork madras. Beams typically every spring, summer, and sometimes even fall, winter. They'll have like madras shirts, and they just do incredible madras, and it is a classic Americana staple. And that is Beam's wheelhouse. And this one I always really liked just because it has this like warmer hue to the madras itself. This is a stole. I'll just open it.
This is only half the story.
This is
boom, even wider. It's like real good. You could wear it as a scarf. You could, if you have a thin like picnic table, you could put that on. You could wear it as a little blanket around the house, and it's just light layering. It's madras, so it's going to be like very thin, very like breathable cotton. So it's not going to feel too warm on you. It's just something to add a little spice. You could tie it around a bag, do jump ropes with it if you want, and it's good. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's an easy one to wear.
Yeah, you can do all types of things with it. And again, even if you didn't actually want to wear it, you could just put it around the house. It just looks cool, if you want to have like a seasonal decor type of thing. This is a cool little thing to just keep around.
Yeah.
Keeping with the madras story, I'll just pick up both of these. We have the usual madras shirts that we always have to pick up from Beams just because they're so good and people like them, and they're easy to incorporate into an outfit. This one is a short sleeve shirt just with a full placket, and this one has the nice little hues of mint. You have that tan and the cream, and as well as the hits of orange going throughout that one.
Yeah, very refreshing color there.
If you could hold that bad boy. And this one I feel like is a little bit more vintage. It feels like straight out of like, a rack in a vintage store. This one has those hits of tan. You have those the greens and the blues as well. And looks really good. And this one is actually a popover, so the placket doesn't go completely down. But yeah, just really cool shirts right here. And then in terms of sizing, we typically suggest to size up one. These fit just a tad bit slim, so you'll probably feel better with the size larger. I'd be like an XL. I'm typically a size large.
Yeah, and the cloth again is like very sick. I think a lot of the stuff that we got this drop from Beams was the Made in Japan collection.
Yeah.
But this cloth is also milled in India, so staying true to madras, milled in madras, it's like the reinterpretation of a classic, but it's just a classic. Is what it is, really. But yeah, very dope.
Yeah. And then the last popover we have is actually a restock, and this is a seersucker. This is it's like a wash kind of like blue, and then you have those creams, and the puckering on this is actually insane. You can like see it a lot. I feel like some seersuckers you don't really see. You kind of just know it from the stripes.
You can see it in the outline.
Yeah, this one, it just like the outline looks, wavy.
It's like a ruffles. It's nice, yeah.
And it feels great on, just that extra puckering. It just feels like the sweat is wicking off of you.
But it has like a pleasant, like substantial hand feel to it, especially comparing it to like the madras. Like the weight of it, I don't know. This feels like you're wearing something a little more. And I like just like how the non puckered piece is kind of like this like indigo chambray color. It's not just like a classic like Bengal stripe blue and white seersucker. So I think it's pretty sweet. It adds some elements of beamsiness to it.
And same sizing advice on this guy, just size up one. And then last on the restocks for Beams, we have these beautiful Horween belts that we continuously restock. You have those engine turn buckles right there as well. And in terms of sizing on this guy, it goes from small, medium to large, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, just really thick belt on this one as well. And it just feels really good. It feels awesome. So brown and black.
I'd say when in doubt, you can size up in this for sure, just because there are no belt holes. You can really just kind of have a little bit of excess. The leather's substantial enough that it's not going to do too much dangling, so you can wrap it back around through a belt loop. And to mention, this is Horween Chrome XL leather, so there is a lot of fats and oils that are inside the leather, so We try our best to give it a brush before we send it out because sometimes it can bloom. But in transit, I would say would not be surprised if you receive one that you may think looks foggy or dusty in appearance, but that is not what it is. We're not sending out dusty goods. Just be sure to give it a brush or even a quick like rub with a rag to reincorporate those oils, and it's gonna look nice and shiny and brand new because it is.
Yeah, brown and black on that guy. And that is it from Beams, and we got the L.E.J.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
joint.
We've got some L.E.J, 2 styles, 3 pieces. The first off is what I'm wearing right here. For the trousers, it is their new shape that they're introducing to the lineup, the Officer Chino. It's their like belt looped, buttoned placket, single pleat, kind of like a chino, like what you'd want to wear, but done in an L.E.J wear. They're not going to like use a regular cloth in this. But it is kind of, it's like, it subverts what you'd expect of like an officer chino because it is still a herringbone twill, just not done in a heavy, dense cotton. Instead, it's in this 180-gram linen. So it is on like the more breathable side of things, but still has a little bit of substance to it. You're gonna get some good drape to it. It's not just gonna be the kind of linen that just gets wrinkly and crinkles up and looks misshapen. You can see it pools really nicely at the bottom. They are cut, I'd say, a little bit longer than you'd expect of a lot of trousers, and that's just because he wants you to be able to hem them to where you want. You don't need to be stuck in no man's land with like a pant leg that's hitting you like up here. So I can wear it like this because the leg opening is like on the straight end of things, so it just kind of forms around the shoe very easily. You don't have to worry about heel bite or anything. Or you can hem them up, you can cuff them up, whatever you like really. I'd say the waist is cut a little bit larger on this, but that's just because it has an internal drawstring. So you want to be able to get them on easy, and then you can cinch them right in. And yeah, so that way if you're in between sizes, so we only have like even sizes like most trousers, but if you're like a 33 or a 35, I'd say you can size up and then just use that cinch to really dial it in. And I really like how he used the same like very special hardware that he uses on his like shirts and jackets. You still got those nice mother of pearl buttons all through the button fly as well. Hard to see there, but trust, it's there, it's there.
It's there, I've seen it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I guess I could unbutton like 1 or 2 and you could see it, whatever. Bam, bam. Okay, now you don't have to believe me. You could believe what you see. Look at that. And yeah, it's just really nice. It feels like a more luxurious linen pant than something you're just going to wear to the beach, one and done kind of situation. And with it having the internal drawstring, you don't need a belt. It has belt loops, but you could just let that hardware shine. Just let it really do what it does. It has 2 patch pockets on the rear, or 1 patch pocket on the rear, sorry, but it's the same like shape that you'd see on an L.E.J jacket perchance, right? So, you know, very consistent design language throughout what he does. The next thing that we have up is going to be the jacket that I'm wearing. It is the, I believe it was originally called like the Posh Plage coat. I think in recent years he's turned to just calling it the Plage coat, which just translates to like a posh beach coat. Because, yeah, beach coat sounds kind of antithetical, but, you know, this is like a covering that you'd want to wear when you're going to the beach. It's nice. It's warm. Not warm wearing, cool wearing, I guess. You wear it in the warm weather. It's the same 180-gram herringbone twill linen. And, yeah, the same details as before. If you're new to this shape, it's kind of his take on, like, an in-between chore coat / sport coat / I think convalescing robe was the initial design. But it has the 3-pocket classic chore coat shape. It has a martingale belt back, so it does kind of add a little bit of like an hourglass shape to the waist. But you can also have that unbuttoned, let it bag out. You can snip them if you really hate them for some reason, or if you want it extra cinched, you could actually unbutton these and then kind of tie it in the front so you have a belt front jacket.
Ooh,
so there's
advanced.
there's layers to this. I think it works really well when you do that, especially if you have the waist that can accommodate. These, I'd say, from previous versions we've had, do run a little bit larger. I'm wearing a size 40 here. I think in previous years I'd probably take a size 42. And I think I still can here for like the full-on like baggy effect. But I think size 40, which is about a size down from my usual jacket size, still fits, I think, pretty within lines of what you'd want from a relaxed fit. So you can take your usual one if you really want to embrace it. You could size down. You're still getting something that's serviceable. Yeah, 2 really great colors.
Yep.
I like them a lot.
And you got those stitched up cuffs as well. Just a nice little detail. Just looks good.
There's a lot of details. Yeah, you got that. You also have
tell about it.
Right
Tell
here.
them.
These I know these vexed me when I first saw them because I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these ties on the inside of the jacket? Is it a belt that I tie up? And I guess in theory you could do that, but the idea behind them is that when these pockets in this like very delicate cloth are getting used and abused, it's very prone to just tearing at seams. So this is actually just kind of like an older way, like a more classic way of reinforcing pockets with just having this like belt tacked back here. So this ends up taking a lot of the brunt of the pocket's use, and just keeps your stuff looking nice.
Just that little thoughtfulness. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
next we have the goodies from Wythe. And believe me, this is not like spring, summer stuff, just for this season. You guys can continue. You can think ahead. You can buy these as gifts. Yeah, you got a little some. You guys can think ahead. You can get these as gifts. You can get them for gifts for yourself. Put them in your wish list, whatever. But yeah, these are just some really awesome, really epic looking tote bags from Wythe. They're all hand tooled in Mexico. I believe it is a family, like a multi-generational family-owned factory that does all the hand tooling on these. And it just looks incredible. It looks really awesome. We have it in black this season in the smaller size that I believe we've had before. Yeah. This is the larger size one that can, even fit this tote bag, and you can fit a whole bunch of clothes and whatever you need in there. And then we also have the matching belt, the hand tool belt that we have carried throughout the seasons on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is great stuff. We carry these belts whenever we can because you respond to them really well. I feel like that there's something hard to keep on the shelves, and they just look really nice, really easy to incorporate, especially in an all black tonal way. You can have this kind of like very ornate detailing, but not in a way that everybody's noticing and gawking at. It's like once you get close, you're like, wow, man, you got a little bit of swag on you.
Ooh.
You're doing something a little different in the office with this one. I don't know. And it does have like snap-on buckles. So if you do find a buckle that you appreciate more than what's given, you can put on some of those fancy, funky belt buckles. I ran a half marathon like 5 years ago, and they gave me a belt buckle at the end of it. I never knew what to do with it. Like instead of a medal, a belt buckle. And I'm like, I could just put that on my wife's belt.
You could. You should.
Nice. I'm gonna do that next. Maybe next video.
Yeah.
Next video. Let me know.
Come
Put a
through.
comment if you want to see me wear that belt buckle. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. In terms of sizing on that one, I think we go true to size, right?
Yeah, because it's a belt. So the measurement here would be kind of what's the measurement of the belt, not the pants you wear. So I'd say take at least one size up. Sometimes they can feel a little bit smaller, so you may. Like if I'm a 36 waist, I'd probably go for a 38 on this just to have something that fits me within reason. Maybe even go a little bit larger if you want. But yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yep.
And I think that's that.
That's it.
That's
We're going to have more videos. You got a little L.E.J drop, so stay tuned for that. Peep that. Unless you're watching it in a different order, then that's all the videos.
And that's it. Yeah, if you're like a reverse chronological type dude, like back to front kind of dude, yeah, then that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, peace.